Two people go to the same party. One comes home feeling energized and wide awake, but the other is completely drained. Two people come upon a homeless man. One wants to help, but the other wants to run. Two children are each given a mechanical toy. One wants to know how it works, but the other just wants to play with it. What's going on? What accounts for these differences? The answer is personality. And it's important to you because if you get a job that is a serious mismatch with your personality, you won't enjoy it and probably won't be very good at it. Can you imagine someone with a bubbly personality and who likes to be with other people all the time getting a job as a programmer who must work alone in a cubicle? However, someone who is comfortable working alone and can focus on a task for a long period of time could be a wonderful programmer. Think for a moment about all the people that you know. They each have their own unique personality, and yet some people are similar in some ways. Arthur and Sean aren't alike, but they are both very imaginative. Emma and Madison are very different, except they both like fashion. A list like this could go on forever, and it illustrates why it has been so difficult for researchers of personality to create accurate models. After decades of research, two models have emerged as the most widely used to help people match their personalities with jobs. They are called the Big Five and the Holland Codes. Let's start with the Big Five. The Big Five model is the result of decades of work by several independent sets of researchers who discovered and defined 5 broad traits based on empirical research. The Big Five personality traits are openness, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. The first letters of each trait form the acronym OCEAN, making them a bit easier to remember. Let's take a look at each. People who score high in openness enjoy new experiences. They tend to be imaginative and insightful. They may be artistic or adventurous. People who score low in openness often like routine and take things literally. People with a high degree of conscientiousness enjoy planning and then following the plan. They are organized, thorough, and methodical. They are often self-disciplined and may be achievement-oriented. Extroverts get their energy from interacting with others, and therefore, they tend to be very outgoing, talkative, social, and even assertive. Introverts are more energized by working alone. People who are strong in agreeableness are friendly, warm, and tactful. They are often cooperative, kind, sympathetic, and compassionate. People who score low in agreeableness may seem uncooperative or distant. The last trait in this model is called neuroticism. It may be more helpful to think of this trait as emotional stability. People with high emotional stability remain balanced and stable. People at the other end of the scale might often be moody and respond emotionally to events. Chances are you saw yourself in one or more of these descriptions. In fact, you can find yourself somewhere on the scale for each of these 5 traits. Besides the Big Five personality theory, human resource professionals also use another model developed by Dr. John Holland. Just like the Big Five, the idea behind the Holland model is to help match people with the work they are naturally designed for. Holland found 6 personality types: realistic, investigative, artistic, social, enterprising, and conventional. Here's a quick look at each type. People who score high in realistic enjoy practical, hands-on problems. They might enjoy working with machines, animals, or plants. Those high in investigative like research and intellectual pursuits. They prefer analytical or scientific pursuits that require exploration and thought. As you might guess, people who score high in artistic are creative and enjoy self-expression. They tend to produce original or inventive works involving shapes, forms, or graphics. If you enjoy teaching or helping people, you may score high in social. These people enjoy supporting or nurturing others. The enterprising trait is characterized by people who start and execute projects. They display leadership and are often risk takers in business. People who score high in conventional, like structure, detail, and clear lines of authority, they tend to be detail-oriented and organized. The first letters of each Holland personality type create the acronym RIASEC. I'll talk more about them in a moment. So where do you think you land on each of these models? There are two ways to find out. The first is to rate yourself on each trait, and then have a few people who know you well rate how they see you in each area. Having others rate you is important because we often don't see ourselves as accurately as others do. The second way to find your personality type is to take an assessment. These kinds of assessments can be helpful since they provide an objective view of your personality, where rating yourself and having others rate you is subjective. Using your favorite search engine, search for Free Big 5 Personality Test or Free RIASEC Test. Before selecting an assessment, carefully determine how much personal information, if any, they require you to provide, and if you're comfortable providing it. If you feel like they ask too much, skip it. Although these are sometimes called tests, a more accurate term is assessment. As you know from school, tests are something you can pass or fail. Assessments are not like that. Assessments are more like a thermometer or an X-ray. They are a way of showing you what's going on. You can't fail an assessment, but you can get some very helpful information. Earlier, I mentioned the RIASEC codes based on the Holland personality types. These codes have been mapped to corresponding jobs. You can find which jobs relate to your top 3 RIASEC codes at onetonline.org. ONET is a website maintained by the U.S. Department of Labor. You may have to search around the website to find what you're looking for, but it's there. Here's the point. People are more likely to thrive in jobs that align with their personalities. Understanding your personality is an essential step in discovering work that you can enjoy over a long period of time, and that's a critical step to becoming an adult. To find the other videos in this channel, just click the compass. To be notified of new videos, hit the subscribe button and then click on the bell icon.